If you're a beginner player looking to get better, or it's your first time jumping into Dark and Darker, you've come to the right place. I put 100 hours into the most recent playtest, and I went from dying to a skeleton to wiping an entire team. And then dying to a trap. Yeah, I'm still not very good. Anyways, after playing against many new players and reviewing clips of when I was new, I'm here to help you avoid 5 common mistakes new players make so you can become successful. The first mistake new players make is having a lack of movement. A game like Dark and Darker has so much depth to it, and it's hard to think about movement while you're new to the game. This clip shows how bad my movement was when I first started playing. I had terrible spacing in this fight, especially since he had a lot better range. I didn't attempt to dodge any of his attacks, and I ended up getting decapitated. Now here's a clip after I learned how to dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. I hop onto the railing so I can get easy headshot damage while he can only attack my legs. I unfortunately fall off like a complete bot, so I run away to heal up. I try getting a cheeky hit, but I miss. So I go for it a second time and it catches him off guard. I quickly sidestep the attack and it ended up saving my life.
Easy.
The second mistake new players make is having gear fear. You build your character up each game with powerful gear, but with one wrong choice, you can lose it all in a blink of an eye. This can really make players panic when they get into bad situations. I can't tell you how many players I've seen panic when their entire team dies. Like in this clip where this ranger pulls out his campfire in the middle of a fight, or this poor cleric who watched all his teammates die. Accidentally gives me a protection bubble and just runs around the room taking damage while not trying to fight back. Even I'm guilty of panicking in situations, but I make sure I have a plan before I get into fights so I can stay calm and not make any mistakes. The third mistake I see new players making is not utilizing their kit. My biggest problem that I made during the most recent playtest was not utilizing my kit to the fullest. In all of my playtime, I think I used around 4 throwing axes. I missed out on thousands of damage I could have done if I actually used throwables. Not only that, but they slow on hit, so I could have ended chases so much faster. There were times when I was new and I didn't even use judgment once in a single game. There's so much powerful tools at your disposal, and if you can effectively use everything, then you will instantly become a better player. The fourth mistake I see new players make is not PvPing. There's nothing wrong with making tons of money by playing like a rat and not getting into any PvP fights. But with one more playtest before early access and everyone being inexperienced, this is the perfect opportunity to constantly look for PvP fights. Your character gets wiped within a week of a playtest. There's no point in saving any money. I constantly looked for fights, whether it was a 3v3 or a 1v3. And after that experience that I gained, I became so much of a better PvP player. If you use the next playtest to help practice your PvP skills, then you'll have a huge advantage when the game comes out. The final mistake I see players making is not checking their surroundings. You will run into a lot of traps, and I mean a lot. Always check floors and walls and memorize rooms that have tons of traps. If you run into traps, you're going to have to waste all of your healing and you're not going to be prepared for future fights or be able to stay alive in the storm. There has been times where I'm running from the storm and I run into every single trap imaginable and I end up dying. Take your time when searching rooms, especially dark areas. You can either crouch, jump, or walk on the other side of wall traps. With floor traps, you can easily walk around them. Another thing to look out for is hidden rooms or loot. Sometimes there will be bookshelves you can open up and there'll be a secret room with a chest, or there will be hidden places with loot. Always be on the lookout for those for some extra loot. And that's pretty much all the mistakes you should avoid. If you feel like I missed something, leave a comment down below. And if you thought this was helpful, leave a like and maybe hit the subscribe button. Other than that, I hope you all have a great rest of your day.